So in this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about the 23 Ranger Northstar and the 23 Can-Am Defender. Now, we own the Defender and we've had a couple of Northstars. We prefer the Defender, but we're not dead set on the Defender, and we're always looking back and forth. So I just wanted to go over, because I've had so many people say why or still ask questions. I try not to be biased, and I try to keep it as factual as possible. There's certain things that are going to fit each family differently, and your family may be dead set on a Northstar, and I could see reasons why. Each of them have their pros and their cons, and I'm going to try to clear up why we chose the Defender and why it fits our family better. The first thing I'm going to do is just kind of go over the things that are in both of them and what's new on 2023. There's a few things that are new on the Defender. As far as the Northstar, the Premium has a few things new. And so I'll get you guys over here and I'm going to put you on the screen, and I'm going to walk through both of these machines and tell you the pros and cons of both, and then explain why the Defender fits us better. All right, so we're going to start with the Polaris Ranger XP1000 Northstar Edition Premium. So this is the base model Northstar that you can get. This is going to come with 27-inch tires, and you're going to have crank windows, and this front windshield will not swing in and out. There may be a few other minor differences that you're going to have with this, but you're still going to have a winch. You're still going to have the back windows roll down and the front windows roll down. Now this year, they've got LEDs all the way across the board. So you're going to get LEDs with the Premium, which is their lowest end one. You can see the specs right over here that come with it. So you've still got heat and air. You've got several different color specs that you can get. From camo to bronze, the lime, the blue. I really like that graphite super lime one. If I was going to pick one, that would be my choice. Like I said, everybody's got difference in preferences. Now, we had a 22 Northstar Ultimate Edition, and then we had a single cab Northstar Ultimate Edition. One had ride command, one didn't have ride command. Now you can get ride command on either of these. It does not come standard. So if you get this here, you're not going to get ride command standard. And what ride command is it's a 7-inch dash, kind of like what you get. It reminds me of a Ford Super Duty dash. But basically you get a 7-inch panel that you can use maps on. You can display all your information from your motor. You can see the front camera, the rear camera, and a few other things. But then if you get a Ultimate, which is the higher end one, now this is $30,799. So this is actually cheaper than the base model Can-Am Defender. So if you're looking to get into something with heat and air as cheap as possible, this is going to be the go-to for you, because you're looking at roughly $1,000 cheaper on this than Can-Am Defender. Now, like I said, we're going to go through these and I'll show you. So, and the pros on these are going to be the same for the Ultimate and the Premium. And the pros over a Defender, just to keep in mind, is the Northstar has a better front diff. The differential locks up quicker, and Can-Am has Visco lock, which is nowhere near as good as the front diff in the Northstar. Will that matter to everyone? No. Where it's really going to make a difference is in super sticky situations, in places such as where you're trying to go from a slippery rock here and here at the same time. Now, all four do lock up really well on this, but no, it's not 100% true locker. It's still better than Visco lock, but it's not perfect. Now, the next thing is this has LEDs in the taillights and in the headlights. So when you buy this, even the premium, which is the cheapest one, it's $30,799. When you buy this one, you're getting LED headlights, which are really, really nice. Much nicer than what comes with the Defenders. Now, you're also going to get synthetic rope in your winch, whereas the Defender has metal cable, and I'm not a fan of that. Both of them are 4,500 pounds. Both of them work great. You do get a remote control, handheld remote control with the Polaris. You do not get that with the Defender. The horsepower and torque on both of these are almost identical. Every one of them that I've raced, the Defender is just a hairline faster. It's not nothing that is gonna be 4 car lengths ahead, but it's just a hair faster, especially if you have the same tire sizes on. So like if you ran this with 27s and you ran a Defender with 27s, you may be a half a length ahead with the Defender. That's how close it is. Keep in mind, this one comes with crank windows, so you do not get electronic windows with a premium. You're not going to have the pop-out windshield, as I said, and the other things. Now, when we move up to the Ultimate, you still do not get ride command in these as a factory thing. It's an option. It says ride command across the board, and that's a package, but I've seen so many people that's have to get these, and they have to opt for no ride command to get them in time. Now, they've sped that up, and it's a little bit faster now. So basically, from my knowledge, there is nothing different on this one from the 22 that I had. This is a 23, but I'll go ahead and explain what you're going to get different. So this is going to come with 29-inch tires. It's going to come with a pop-out windshield. You can see that windshield there. It pops out, which is super nice. I at first thought that was not going to be something that I wanted or it mattered, but it is so nice on summer days to pop that front windshield up and just drive around. It's almost like you're riding in an open cab, and you roll all the windows down and open that, and it's super nice. The 29-inch tires do make a big difference. I think that these need 30s on them from the factory, and that's something that Can-Am didn't do until 23, and we'll get to that in a minute. So this has 29-inch tires, as I said. This is going to have automatic windows. So these in the front are electronic, and you can roll each side down from the driver's side or do it from the passenger side, only the passenger window. But your rear is crank windows. So that's the same as the 2023 Can-Am Defender. Like I said, there's no difference in horsepower in this Ultimate Edition compared to the Premium. Both of them have the same exact horsepower and torque. So you guys can see the stats over here on the right, what it says. Now, you cannot get something in the Defender that compares to the ride command that you can get in this from the factory. So if you look here, this is $35,199, and that's the package with ride command. So you're going to have that there. Now, neither of these have arched A-arms. These have straight A-arms that come out to the tires. So they're not arched like this to give you more ground clearance on the sides. So you've got ground clearance in the center of 13 inches, as you can see right here. But on your sides, it starts to narrow up a whole lot. And the reason you're getting a good ground clearance is because you've got 29-inch tires. So now we're going to move over to the Defender, and we will start with the base model. Now, here is a base model Defender. It starts at $31,999. With this, you're going to get 30-inch tires, arched A-arms. You got a rope, a winch, and you've got a pop-out windshield. You get electronic windows in the front and crank windows in the back. Now, this 30-inch tire is a great addition. The 22s and back all had 27s. You didn't have the ability to get a 30-inch tire from the factory. It's across the board on all of them. So this is the base model on a Can-Am Defender. So if we go to the Defender Max Limited and look at it, this comes with arched A-arms. It has bigger tires than the either of the Northstars. So if you remember the Premium, which is the base, it came with 27-inch tires. So by the time you pay the difference to put 30s on your Premium, you're going to be the same cost as this. And then you're not going to have a pop-out windshield. You're not going to have electronic doors. Now, the benefits that you're going to get from the Defender are going to be a bigger cab. The Defender has a bigger cab, so it's roomier. It feels more spacious. The seats feel so much better than the Northstar. I can't express that enough. But the seats are bolstered and way more cushioned. The ride is about the same in both of them, but as far as the seat and how it feels, the Defender is a much better pick. Now, you're going to have less noise in your cab also. So the one thing that I've noticed, and this is why I think it is, in the back seat of the Northstar, so in the back seat right here, in the very middle seat is a hole, a square hole for doing an oil change, which makes the oil change easier, a lot easier than the Defender, but it also creates more cab noise. So, like if you're going down the road at 55 in this, you can't even have a conversation between you and someone sitting beside you. It's much louder in the cab than the Defender is. So keep that in mind. You're also getting arched A-arms. So this comes from the factory. The 2023, all the Defenders that we've had come with arched A-arms. And let me see if I can get this around here to show you guys. I don't know if it'll display it, but you see right here how they go out, straight out, and then cut down right here. So you're getting a much wider ground clearance of that 13 to 14 inches of ground clearance, instead of your A-arm starting to drop from right here and go down like this. So on the Northstar, or on the Northstar, the Polaris Northstar, you've only got 13 inches of ground clearance right here where this bumper is. So, like I said, keep that in mind when you're looking at these. The horsepower, like I said, is about the same on both of them. Another addition that is really nice on the base of this Defender. And I've got a video on here if you look it up, but I think it's called a feature all side-by-side should have. But inside the cab, under your steering wheel on this Defender, it has a pull-out lever that locks your brake. So on a hill, like in our Northstar, when we would get on a hill and have to put it in park, you would have to jerk the transmission. It would make a loud pop to go in gear. So that's going to save your transmission. And the Defender transmissions are really good anyway, which I've never had trouble out of either one of ours. So I can't really attest to whether the Defender transmission is stronger than the Northstar or vice versa. But for me and my family, the Defender fits us better. So now with you looking at this is $31,999, and you can see that right down here. Now, if we jump up to a Defender Max Lone Star cab, that's $34,899. And what you're going to get with this is you're going to get everything that you got with this one, with the Limited, but then you're also going to get rock sliders from the factory, your 30-inch tires, which comes across the board. They all have 30s now. And then you're going to get this really, really nice audio, JL audio system in the roof. And let me see if I can get a picture of that in the thing here. I don't know if it shows it, so you can't see it there. But it has 6 speakers, and everybody that I've seen really does like the audio system. So that would be something that you didn't get with the Northstar for $35. If you buy the Ride Command, the speakers are absolute trash. They're 2 little 4-inch speakers. They may have them in the back seats now. Ours didn't have that. All it had was 2 little speakers in the front dash, and they was like 4 or 5-inch speakers, and they're complete garbage. I mean, you can't hear nothing out of them, and it's almost pointless to have the speakers. Now, the little Ride Command panel that has all the screen, it's really neat. I would like to see Can-Am come up with something like that, but it's not a selling point for me. It's kind of a novelty item. There's not really any benefit that's going to make you choose. I wouldn't think you would choose one over the other. But here's the thing. On the Defender, for my family, we choose it because the ride quality and the seating. Me and my wife both, we prefer the Defender. And my wife can tell you her thoughts on it. I'll let her talk for a minute. But I prefer it for a couple of reasons that are just, like I said, the seating and how much room is in the cab. Also, how quiet it is. What's your thoughts on it?
I feel like I'm just going to repeat you.
Well, people ask, they're like, why does your wife prefer? So, what is your thoughts on it?
I like both machines.
Yeah.
Driving quality feels the same to me. The Can-Am, it's about the seats for me. They're so much more comfortable. I also like that I feel like I could see everything in the Can-Am.
The visibility. That's another thing. The 23's visibility on the Defenders and the 22.5, where they redid the doors in the cab, you can see so well out that thing.
The Northstar, I feel like the dash is closer to me. It's been a while since I drove the Northstar, but there's something about when I'm shifting gears, I have to lean down to look at it. Is that right?
Yeah, because the Northstar doesn't have the notches, and it doesn't show park, whatever. You've got to look at your dash.
I look down. I remember that was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
The noise. The Can-Am is so much more quiet. I couldn't have a conversation in the Northstar. It's just so much more quiet. I don't really know why. It is.
Yeah, it really is.
What else?
I've never seen someone say that my Northstar is quieter than a Defender if they've switched back and forth. And like we're saying, guys, we're not trying to be totally biased, and we're not trying to sell you on either one. But I can tell you, we prefer the Defenders much more.
I remember the Northstar when we were on the trails felt more narrow, and I was more comfortable driving the Northstar.
You did like that part.
Yes, I did like that.
And it is narrower. Well, like on the width, if you're looking at a Defender and you're looking at a Northstar, the span of it, so from this point to this point in your cab, it's narrower in the Northstar. So when you're driving, you feel like you can see your ground area right in this region better than you can in the Defender. And I'll attest to that too. It doesn't work out as well. Now, another thing is these halogen headlights. Can-Am needs to go away from this and put LEDs at least in the Lone Star or something. Give someone an option. But the headlights are so much nicer in the Northstar. But anyway, if I left something out or you guys have a different opinion, tell me why in the comments. Like I said, I know that some of the videos made quite a few Polaris people mad. But it is what it is. We like the Defenders better. Some people are going to like the Northstars better. And I think if you was riding out in Moab, or you were somewhere where it was nothing but rocky terrain and you wanted to buy something and be done, this one is going to be your better choice for climbing climbing rocks. The front diff makes the tires lock up and grab better. So keep that in mind. And like I said, thank you guys for watching.